Module Overview. This foundational module explores the conceptual framework, philosophical underpinnings, and theoretical dimensions of rural development. It presents an expansive and critical analysis of the term rural, the historical roots of rural underdevelopment, and the ideologies and strategies that have shaped rural transformation efforts globally and within Africa. This module sets the academic and ideological tone for the rest of the course by providing a comprehensive understanding of what rural development means, what it entails, who it affects, and why it remains a priority in national and global development discourse. 1. Defining rural and rural development. Etymology and evolution of the term rural. Characteristics of rural communities, demography, occupation, land use, infrastructure, culture, etc. Definitions of rural development from academic, institutional, e.g., FAO, IFAD, World Bank, and policy perspectives. Differences between rural development, community development, and agricultural development. 2. Goals and scope of rural development. Improving quality of life, health, education, water, electricity, shelter, increasing productivity and income through agriculture and off-farm activities, enhancing access to markets, credit, and extension services, empowering communities through participation, leadership, and voice in decision-making. 3. Historical evolution of rural development, colonial legacies, and the initial exclusion of rural interests in state planning. Post-independence rural development programs and their impact. The Integrated Rural Development Programs, IRDP, of the 1970s and 1980s. Structural Adjustment Programs, SAPs, and their effects on rural economies. Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, and Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, relevance. 4. Theoretical frameworks and ideologies. Modernization theory promotes industrialization, capital investment, and Western-style development in rural areas. Dependency theory critiques global inequalities and historical exploitation that hinder rural growth in the global South. Basic needs approach focuses on delivering essential services, health, shelter, food to reduce poverty. Participatory development paradigm emphasizes community involvement, local knowledge, and grassroots empowerment. Sustainable livelihoods framework focuses on human capabilities, asset building, vulnerability contexts, and institutional access. Post-development critique challenges the relevance and cultural assumptions of Western development models. 5. Dimensions of rural development. Economic dimension, employment, agriculture, markets, rural industries. Social dimension, education, gender equity, health, youth empowerment. Political dimension, local governance, policy inclusion, advocacy, decentralization. Cultural dimension, indigenous knowledge systems, traditions, and identity. Environmental dimension, land use, natural resource management, climate resilience. 6. Key stakeholders in rural development. Local communities and traditional authorities, government ministries and local government councils, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and civil society organizations, CSOs, international development agencies, e.g., UNDP, FAO, World Bank, private sector actors and cooperatives. Learning outcomes. By the end of this module, you will be able to articulate clear definitions of rural development and explain its historical and theoretical roots. Identify the multidimensional characteristics of rural areas and their implications for development planning. Distinguish between the major theories that have shaped rural development strategies. Critically analyze the evolution of rural development policies and their socioeconomic impacts. Understand the roles and interests of various stakeholders in the rural development process.